I know my hair has just eventually disappeared. Well, it happens. So anyway, I figured, even though I have not completed like the series about love through houses, and I haven't even done the signs for goodness sakes, I figured might as well just give like somewhat of a taste of like using Lilith and whoops, reading her placement with the nakshatras. And so that way people know I practice both Vedic and Western systems, and I use them together at the same time. Hello, Kayla. Whenever I read. So, in other words, whenever I read, I use primarily most of the way that I read is I use Western placements, but then I use Vedic rules, if that makes sense. But if you want me to be extra technical and extra honest, when I start getting into like say like doing synastry relationship astrology, I tend to take the composite chart, the midpoint chart, and then I actually go over to Vedic and then I make divisional charts out of that. And that's for something for another day. So to give a general idea of like how Black Moon Lilith and the Nakshatras can be read together and what you can get. So I'll put myself on the spot first because why not? That's the best way to teach. Hello, Anat. Well, you just felt like the best thing, Kayla, is the more practice you actually do it, the more you do it. But then again, also, one of the best minds to actually practice astrology and actually understand it is we have a lot of Aquarius placements. Joy, like I do. So, for an example, let me just scroll all the way down to the bottom. So, where my Black Moon Lilith is placed is in the nakshatra of, hold your pigeons. With the Western placements, she is placed within Purva Bardaba. Usually, whenever it's the Purva or Uttara, those are the nakshatras that always break my tongue. For the Western placements, that's where she's at. But on the Vedic side, she actually steps into Set Vishaka instead. So, for an example, and I actually connect and jive with both, to be honest. So, like, they both kind of resonate equally as much. So, the best way to get started with astrology, I mean, the best way is to actually have somebody who's actually really versed in the field. Yeah, because the thing is, if you're wanting to learn astrology, the best way is to actually find somebody who is able to give you everything that they know. And actually, the way that they teach you is also another big factor because I was taught by my mentor, Russell. And for the Vedic side, I was pretty much self taught up until when I got into Kapil's Maga course. And then I got that certification, and then I got the Nakshatra one, and then got another course with Guru Sam Gepi. That's when I got my relationship um, certificate of merit from that one. And I got another one from the Nakshatras from Kapil again. And I mean, to be completely transparent, I mean, if anybody ever wants to learn astrology and wants me to be the one that teaches them, I mean, there's nothing saying that you can't ask. The only thing is that you just have to inform me in the messages down below. What's happening here? What's happening? Well, but as for Kayla, yeah, you can give me both the Vedic and Western because both are important. Even though they say the same thing, like the chart says the same thing, like at the end result, they both point to the same thing. It's just the way that it goes about it is different, if that makes sense. But anyway, so for me, Black Moon Lilith is sitting in Purva Bardaba. I can never say that correctly. On the Western side, and on the Vedic side, she's in Shaka. Well, then you can just give me the Western. So, taking it piece by piece again. So, we have Black Moon Lilith. Okay. The most unknown planet, the most unknown shadow planet, the planet you have no idea what she's going to do, essentially is Lilith herself. How one finds empowerment, how one essentially gets revenge. You'll find out where she is based on the symbol that looks like a crescent moon and then a plus sign underneath it. And I believe you go to Cafe Astrology, it'll be pointing it out there. It should still be pointed out on Cafe Astrology. If not, well, I believe that's it. Because that's where I found it out originally. But then again, if you have the option of like mean Black Moon Lilith or true Black Moon Lilith, if you ever have that option, if you ever have the option between true or mean, always go with true. Always go with the true placements because the mean is like the average, and we don't want average. We want the closest we can get. I whistled a little. So, Black Moon Lilith and Purva Partapa. So, empowerment in the Nakshatra of that. Well, Purva Partapa is symbolized by, well, for one, is a nakshatra ruled by Jupiter Guru. And if you know how nakshatras are, nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter. Oh boy. Talk about if you want to have a nakshatra that makes you go, oh, good Lord Lanta, oh, Lord God, oh, whoa, please no. It's the Jupiter ones that are the most like, holy Lord Lanta. I almost lost me head in this one because they're really intense. Meaning, nakshatra is Vishaka, like the one with the splitting tree, Purva Potterpot, and the other one, which is it's not this. It's the one that's after Mixura. I'm trying to remember it. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's the one after Mixer. No, it's the one, or is it after Adra? I know it's the one before the Great Nurturer, the Persia, before that one. Oh wait, I'm looking right at it. I know which one you are. You're the one with it's the one about Lord Ram being exiled. That one. That's the other one. Punavasu. Ha! Gotcha. Wait, yeah. Punavasu. Hello, Kristen. Bamu and Capricorn. Okay, then what's the degree? The best way to contact Lilith and actually invite her and have her come towards you is to always do what you want to do and always put yourself first and you strive for the route and whatever you want to do first. Like for example, say for example you want this gemstone. Oh, I want this gemstone. I'm going to go and take that. You don't let anything. What sign? What sign then, Christian? Because I might be able to help you even better if I know like what sign it is. Because if you know how Black Moon Lilith is and like her placement and all that, you can kind of give it a general idea on how to kind of use astrology to your advantage to have her potentially come towards you. I say potentially because you have no idea whatever she's going to do. I just lost my train of thought. For squeaking a little, let me grab my inhaler. But for bloody heck. All right, brownies, where's the inhaler? Thank you. Have fun. They're trying to take my breath away. So let's see here. So, whoop. 22. Okay, 22 degrees Capricorn. So that would make it. Yeah, the Black Moon, where the Black Moon Lilith like her sign is in. So would it be a Black Moon Lilith in Virgo? Yep, and then two. Okay, then a knot that would be your Black Moon Lilith is in the Sardavana, the last pata of Sravana. I'll explain yours next after mine. So that way we get an idea. So Pervert Patapa, where my Black Moon Lilith is essentially symbolized by a man with two faces. It's also the double-edged sword. Essentially, the Nakshatra is all about interesting. I just want to... Anyway, so Purva Patapa, the thing about that Nakshatra is that whatever planet's in there, the best to explain it, is not bad or good, it's just what it is. The planet that gets in there kind of becomes fanaticalized, if that makes sense. In other words, you have a planet pretty much being given the ability to go, okay, I want to know about this, so I'm going to be going to the depths of it and just digging and digging and digging and digging and digging through everything until I get to the depths of it. Is it a bad thing? If you look at where, so actually here, what's your rising sign or not? I'll be able to tell. I'll be able to tell if you just tell me what your rising sign is. But Purva Padapa, where my little Sagittarius. Okay, so that means Black Moon Lilith should be in your second then. If it's in Capricorn, it should be right next door. The second house then. So having Black Moon Lilith and Purva Padapa, and in the ascendant, mind you, you can actually now see somebody's empowerment comes from when they actually dig to the depths of something, get to the depths of it, and pull out whatever is down below. And because since because since the nakshatra does have the idea of like a man with one face going one way and then the face of another, this can also actually show potentially somebody's or whichever planet that's in there have the qualities of being able to go from one and then flip into another. Meaning, for an example, like whenever I do those Lothian messages, that's the mask. One mask comes on, which is just my normal face. Then the other one comes on. Then that's when she comes through and speaks. And it flips back again. Like if you've seen any of the lives, you can kind of sometimes pick up like, okay, that's not him talking. And then it just flips back to, okay, now he's back. Now she's talking again. If anybody's actually caught that. But the source of empowerment comes from digging to the depths of something. But at the same time, in terms of getting acts of revenge with vengeance, one can actually pretty much the best put it, and I mean this is just the honest truth. A Purva Padapa Lilith, Black Moon Lilith, when they get revenge, I mean, oh, seventh house, oh boy. Oh, I got something good. I have something good to say about that one. But now here's the thing. With the Black Moon Lilith and Aquarius and Purva Padapa where mine's placed, when I'll admit it, whenever I feel the need to get revenge, hello, Laura, round two, I know. Whenever I had the urge to get revenge, I mean, I'll admit it. It is what it is. I tend to get vengeance by going up into the point where it might be deemed overkill. And when it's over and done with, it's just like, meh with it. But even then, it takes a lot for me to even get to that point anyway. But it's come close a few times. But that's just an example. So, Black Moon Lilith, now let's scooch over to Sardavana. Well, essentially, Black Moon Lilith and Capricorn within Saravana, essentially the empowerment comes from being able to listen and being able to hear what the common man can't hear. Because in my Vedic placements, I have Shravana Moon, Shravana Rising. I like that, Christian. I really like that. I really like that. How it's like, oh God, overkill. Nope, it's just passion. Meh. I like that. That's actually a really key thing to have in life. Like when someone's like, oh, that could be seen bad, not actually here. It's good this way. That's actually one of the big things in life that somebody should be able to do. Take anything that's deemed bad, make it something good out of it. But anyway, so essentially, the way that you get empowered and your empowerment comes by being able to hear like for example, when you're able to actually hear things and being able to emotionally take what you hear and pretty much then internalize it and use it for your own spiritual growth, that brings you empowerment. But when it comes to the acts of revenge, the best put it, whenever there is an incident where somebody has either one done something harmful towards you, or in this case, this is the second house. If anybody has harmed anybody of your family structure at all, you actually might take something that that individual said and actually put it out and hang it. Yeah. But like say if somebody was like harmed you or somebody in your family, one of the best ways you do vengeance is you actually take something like a video or like an audio recording of something that person said, and it's not the good. Your act of revenge might be something like, "Hey, everybody, listen to what this dip twat had said," and you play the audio recording, and then it just goes off, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, what a total jackass!" I know, right? And you just completely decimate like they're standing in whatever. That counts as an act of revenge, for an example. So that would be like for Capricorn. But now, Black Moon Lilith in Aries. Oh well. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Um, let me scroll back up. Kristen, do you know? Does it say like what degrees of Black Moon Lilith is placed? But until then, I mean, the way to look at it, Christian, is that if you have spirits coming in, being like, oh heck no, oh no 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, you think you're gonna get away with that, huh? Oh, you think you're gonna be, slick and think, oh, aha, I think we pulled a fast one on her. Oh, no, 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 no. It was just a prank, dude. No, it was just a prank. It's just a prank. No, don't do it again. Yeah, that's if you have spirits that do that for you. I mean, heck, consider that a blessing. And I'm gonna turn my diffuser on. Give me just a second. I thought I had a cup of water around here somewhere. Hold on. Somebody play the Jeopardy music while I get some water. Okay, let me just get this diffuser going real quick. But anyway, while I'm doing this, and for educational reasons, so Black Moon Lilith in the sign of Aries. Well, first and foremost, I like to consider Black Moon Lilith being in that sign. I consider her in Aries to be her exaltation point, meaning she feels her most powerful and she feels like at her highest dignity. She feels like, oh, I'm unstoppable now. You're not going to stop me no matter what I'm doing. Oh, you're telling me I can't do that? Oh, you're just so funny. Get out of the way before you kind of lose your head. And why is she feeling this extreme sense of power in the sign of Aries of all the signs? Why not anything else? Well, to put it simply, you're putting Lilith in the sign of initiative, the self, and pretty much impulsivity and taking action, and pretty much putting the self first above everything else. Now, when you have Lilith, an entity that's already that, you're putting her like in her own element, where she's like, what are you, new here? Of course. What do you, well, duh, of course I'm going to be going towards and doing what I want to do. What are you, dumb? Come on now. I know you're new here and all, but please, come on now, huh? At least use a little bit of the thing in your head called a brain. Just a little. It'll do wonders, I promise. But seriously, that's essentially why, at least for me, I think she feels like her most best in Aries. Okay. Well, essentially, 7:27. Okay, well, having get over here. So 7 degrees. That would mean would that be? I believe, if I'm right, I think that's Ashwini. Yeah, but it's Ashwini. So you have Black Moon Lilith in the sun in like the Nakshatra of Ashwini, which is owned by Ketu, but meh with that one. So essentially, Lilith is in the Nakshatra of essentially the best way to put it. Think of Ashwini like the running horse, and the Ushur Kumar twins, I believe. Ashwin Kumar twins. But also the Ushur Kumars, they're helpers, but one of them is a bit of a more of a prankster, and the other one is a little bit more dignified, but nonetheless. Well, you putting Black Moon Lilith in the sign that's essentially like a running horse. Your empowerment, essentially, empowerment comes from you being able to be free spirited. But now, with Lilith being in the seventh now, this is where she might get a little bit annoyed because you're putting her in a house where it's another person. So that can kind of make her be like, oh, empowerment has to come from somebody else. No. But she's also having her highest dignity in Aries. So she's kind of like, okay, fine, I'll put up with it. But if she could be in a different house, she would prefer it. But essentially, the best way to put it is when you are essentially your best empowerment comes from somebody who's actually able to keep up with you. Meaning that if somebody's able to be just as free spirited as you and be able to take initiative just the same as you. Hasta Nakshatra for Black Moon Lilith isn't a bad one either. Oh boy. Oh well. Even you could even tell the husband, listen. Even this guy knows. Let her go. Just let her do her thing and applaud her. Just let her go. Just let her go. Because if the more you let her go, I can guarantee you the more easier and smooth the connection will be. The more you try to restrict her and restrain her, the more likely she's going to go, oh, stop it. It's again, having, even though Black Moon, even though she's in the seventh house where she's kind of a little, oh, why do I have to rely on somebody else for my empowerment? This makes no sense. Kill me. She'd rather not be relying on other people. Well, oh well. The thing is that well, whether he knew about it or not, he signed up for it. So if he just realizes it's now, well. Sometimes that's the joy and the beauty of marriage. Is like, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this. It don't matter. You signed up for it still. So enjoy it. Figure it out. You said you stick, so stick. I mean, to be completely transparent up front, I wouldn't want to stick with the one I'm stuck with, but I still stick with him. Even though I kind of want to just slit my own throat, but hey, I'm still sticking. Sometimes that's the beauty of having, I'm going to commit and stick with it. Realizing, oh crap, what a mistake. Yeah, I see you have put your signature onto this document of Swati. Swati. That's actually not so bad, to be honest. It's okay. Yeah, but for me, at least I'm speaking for myself. Either way, if I would have known that all that I've gone through would have happened, I still would have stuck anyway. Because it's just that internal sense of like, well, I'm not going to feel fulfilled if I give up on this, so I'm sticking. Oh God, I made a mistake, but I'm still sticking with it. Logically, big mistake, but emotionally and deep down, nope. I'm gonna stick with it. But Black One Love in Swati. Now, this one. I hope you like wearing black shoes, or purple shoes, or rose shoes, or violet shoes. Food. Because with Swati, anything related to shoes, if you were to buy, like, say, for an example, a pair of nice, like, we're talking like a good amount, nice shoes that glisten, like sparkle, or anything that is dark, like dark or exotic looking, that's in the colors of black, violet, or crimson red, or all that combination altogether. I mean, you can. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. But if you were to get shoes like those, like every time you actually get shoes like that, your Black Moon Lilith will become activated. And as long as you wear those shoes, every step you take, you're activating her. And despite her being in Libra, well, yep. And that's actually one of the little tricks once you've actually studied the Nakshatras in Vedic for some time. You actually learn the little tricks like that. But whenever you buy shoes like that, or even, well, oh, for God's sake, somebody pat that dog, sit down and stick it. I'm more of a cat person. Well, and also, this is going to sound so weird. Sometimes, even if you don't understand it, sometimes it's just nod and accept it and just go with it. And even, I mean, that happens. And sometimes I even am all, I have no idea why it's like this. I don't get it either. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it. This makes absolutely no sense to me, but it works, and I'm going to just stick with it. In fact, I've learned that with astrology time and time again, because it's been like, okay, you're doubting this? Don't. Oh, you're doubting it again? Stop it. This is the 50th time, dude. You were right the whole time. Stop questioning it. Again? Ha, you must like getting slapped. Stop questioning your intuition, kid. That's like literally what astrology has done to me. Well, I'm not sure about this. Stop questioning your intuition, kid. You were right 12 years ago. Quit being stupid. That's literally what it has done. And whenever the doubts come up, sometimes I just, well, that's the best way I can put it. Time and time again, it's been the same old, yeah, like here. To give a good idea, well, not a good idea, to give an, yeah, let me just go back here. I will be more than happy to share some of these moments that are just like, are you for bloody real, kid? Ha, Knox. Ah, you're slapping yourself silly. What's the occasion? Well, I'm just sharing the lovely things that astrology has been like. Oh, why are you doubting yourself, kid? You were pretty much right the whole time, so cut yourself some slack, kid. Yeah, me doubting myself time and time again. Now, let me just pull this stuff up. Okay, there's that one. Do do. Let me see. Is one in there? Here we go. Oh, nope, the cake was a lie. Oh, I've gone way back with that one. Oh boy. Way too back, and I never want to go that back far again. Where the bloody heck did it go? Oh, here we go. Bi- Bicolor tourmaline. It gets the best of both worlds. Hey, I wonder why that's not like the like for like if bisexual had like a theme song. I wonder why that can't be like their theme song. They get the best of both worlds. Hey, it's true. Let them have it. I mean, no. Oh, oh wow. First life that Christian's in, she's already wanted me to give her brownie points. Well, have some sparkles or whatever. But this, I mean, if any of you are familiar with like Kippo Warash, and I mean he's the one that I've pretty much got my first certification from and all that. Essentially, yeah. Essentially, whenever I look up placements in my chart, I always listen to what he said, like what he says, and I mean it gets a little bit creepy because here. And before I speak any further, readings, if it's translating like a placement or like where your black moon love is placed in the nakshatra, then yeah. But anyway, this is Like this here. Actually, here's an example. I'll actually play the one that's probably given me the most slaps in the face. Oh, this is the one that's given me the most slaps. And this is talking about Navamsha, the D9 marriage chart of Vedic astrology. Yeah. This is the biggest slaps giving I've ever gotten in my life.
In Navamsha, security, wealth, romance, and status becomes the utmost thing.
Yeah. Lilith and Libra, the first house. Essentially, your empowerment is being able to you feel the most empowered when you are getting your first, like whenever there's a negotiation going on, in order for it to happen, it has to be benefiting you first, and you have to get the gains first before anything else. And since Lilith is getting directional strength despite being in Libra, if somebody crosses you wrong, well, that's the big thing there. If you have if you have other people, if you have other women trying to compete for you, look, we'll put it this way: if you have other women competing with you, look at it this way: wow, I didn't know I inspired so many people that they want to be like me, or they're trying so hard to one up me. Wow, I just exist, and wow, look at this. I have so many people trying so hard to, one up me. Wow, they're making me feel important. I'll stop. Why are you guys trying so hard to make yourselves look better than me? I mean, I'm flattered, but stop it. And I mean, the thing is that if you have other people that seem to hate you, even if it's your own family that seem to hate you, I mean, heck, the way I look at it's like, wow, mom, sister, I've always knew you guys were my biggest fans, be it good or bad. Because the thing is, if you hate me, well, you still love me. It's just in the extreme the other way. So here's an autograph. They don't like me? Oh, that's cute. I don't care. They can stop being fanboys, fangirls, or whatever. And the thing is, I like how I heard a crow in the background. And that's a good sign. No, not that dove, but I heard a little in the back. So, in order for the empowerment to come in, sometimes you might have to be, yeah, the dove, yeah, the little pigeon thing. Yeah, if you could just skedaddle, that'd be majestic. Yeah, don't. And if somebody is trying, like again, trying to compete with you, I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to just say, is there something about me that you're trying so hard to obtain yourself? Am I inspiring you that much? I mean, I'm flattered, but stop trying so hard. I mean, if you wanted my attention, you just had to say, "Excuse me, ma'am." What? That's all you have to do. Hey, pretty lady. What? You're hot. Oh, cute little guy. Instead of it being like some old user, like, I'm gonna be a hot babe like her. Watch this. What are you doing, creepy old man? Nope, I'm hotter than you. No. Because usually when you have a lot of people competing for you or trying to like one up you, they're trying actually really hard to not say, I'm inspired by you so much that I want to just become like you. And for you feeling alone, the thing is, and this is actually going to sound a little cheesy, but it's true. If you feel alone, you're not. Because the best thing to do is just simply speak out and call out to the divinity that you're the most comfortable and close with, and then they'll make themselves known to you. Because everybody has one. And even when you don't feel like they're around, the minute you call out to them and they come, if you can't acknowledge them or if you can't detect them, they're there. Trust me, you'll be perfectly fine. And if anybody tries to knock you down and try and one up you, just nothing wrong with being all okay, guys. Can you just stop trying to make yourself seem all big and woozy woozy? Because you know what they say about being shorter than the person that's taller than you. Oops, right in the crotch. Well, you should have not try to put your crotch in my face. Maybe you should have just stayed below or at my level. Instead of try to be one up. Oh yeah, well I am looking up at you, but psych, nutcracker, and down they go. But yeah, ultimately, just always make the most out of the situation that you can. What crazy thing? But anyway, this is like one of the many, you know, hit upside the heads from astrology saying, "Stop questioning yourself, you dumb dim-witted twat." And yeah, but this is actually how my Navamsha is placed. Actually, this might be more my Navamsha, but anyway. So essentially, yeah, this is what I've compiled together, and all of it's a kind of a little bit too accurate.
In Navamsha, security, wealth, romance, and status becomes the utmost thing when they look into a marriage or married life. And the thing is, it's not something that you're looking for. This is something that you are going to pursue and get.
Damn it.
But also, Taurus Navamsha comes with its karma. And with that's directly related to the spouse.
Damn it.
Taurus Navamsha person will always get a spouse complete opposite of what they're expecting.
Oh, bloody heck. Why me? Why in the bloody heck?
So in your second half of life, you will get that security.
Gee, thanks.
What did I say in the beginning? Is something that your soul's looking for and soul will get. Why? Because that is the ascendant of the Navamsha. So
Great.
what happens for such people is that while wanting to get a practical partner, they will get an emotional partner.
Crap.
They will always end up with somebody who may have some sort of a psychological issue early in life through which they always display some sort of an emotional imbalance.
Splendid. Shoot me, please. Push me off a cliff and hope I land on spikes.
And obviously, the reason why a Taurus Navamsha is there in your birth chart is because of the fact you are to pay your karma with somebody. Let's say if you are a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn ascendant. Well, these people are, first of all, will not date you, will not go out with you unless they are 100% sure that you are the person that will lead them to security, lead them to a better lifestyle, lead them to a status.
Ugh.
First person, looks are secondary.
Meh.
For them, security. Are you able to give me security? Okay, you're able to give me security, then I will give you everything that you need. This is why they become very determined. It's like they know what they wanted and they always end up with that.
Just shoot me, please.
That's something that they're just very determined towards. Why? Because their soul already knows that because this is a Vargottama earth element, I am going to extract that no matter what.
Yep. That's just on my side. Oh God. I mean, heck. If we want to be extra freaky deaky do, you know what? Here, let's actually make me so very uncomfortable, just completely uncomfortable. Why don't we share where his Venus is placed on the western side? And guess what? Yep, everything that's going to be said is exactly like it hits me directly. Because why not? Let's have some fun with it. Watch me turn B to red. If you would be so kind.
It's a male or female. One thing you will notice that the mother had some major issues in her womb while giving birth to a Parni individual. That's number one.
Essentially, that was mine, Anat. Yeah. And that was just a little bit of it. And when it comes to the mother, yes, my biological mother actually was supposed to have 4 children. I'm the third one, and I'm the only one that came out alive. And I was the only one that actually developed properly.
From the symbolism, we also get that a woman will have some issue in her womb. Whether a woman will have trouble conceiving on time.
In a way, I am, yes, and humiliating myself because it's just like, stop questioning the astrology, kid. You were right. Now we're making it idiot proof. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Perhaps she can even have miscarriage.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes it can't be helped. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it. It's just what it is.
So Bharani individual, when they work on a project, they'll work for a long time, but when that project comes out, it's like a new life. It's like a miracle. The outcast. Okay. So what does this mean with a Bharani person? Bharani person will always have a third viewpoint about every single problem in life. Outcast does not mean anything bad or good. It means they will always give a third opinion.
Yep, that's true. Like if you have like one person saying this is the way to go, and then you have someone on the other side being Christian, like pushing for Christian, then they ask, "What's your opinion then?" Of me? I think all the divines are great. Just like what? Just like completely not expected, like outcasted.
An outcast will have an outcast view of everything in life. Always feel like an outcast when they're growing up in their classroom, with their classmates, their office, their college. Like even Bharani person will feel rejected. Like there's a group of young kids playing, and the Bharani person comes and say, "Hey, can I play?" Said, "No, you're not allowed. You can't play with us." Feel this, feeling like they're an outcast in life. Then the animal, the yoni animal, is the male elephant. Big, bulky. When it walks, oh boy, everybody's going to come out and watch. And a Bharani person, wherever they go, they will find attention and seek attention without them even wanting attention.
Yes. Although I'm not big and bulky. Absolutely not. To best explain it. I'm just driving on the road, just driving to work or driving wherever, minding my own business. Come to a 4-way stop. One car has to turn right or turn left or whatever. A car turns right, and as turning right, it goes impractically slow, and the driver is looking dead on with me as he's turning, like, why are you staring at me? Stare at the road. Stop looking at me. That is literally what happens. It's like, yo, can you look at the road instead of being all like, oh my gosh, I have never seen anything more beautiful in my whole life that I've lived. Car accident. But it's true though. That happens every day when I'm out on the road. At least once. There is one incident when somebody is just all, okay, why are you not paying attention to the road? You just ran into a semi.
So when an elephant walks, the elephant is just looking for the food or water, going his or her way. But people are just swarming and wanting to see them. So when any person walks into a party, into a room, walks on the street, people look at them. People are like, "Whoa, who's this?
Who is this? Somebody who's had enough."
When you see an elephant on the road, like in India and Asian countries, right? It's a big, bulky thing coming on the road. What is a big, bulky thing coming on the road we see? 18-wheeler trucks and semi-trucks. And I have also seen many Bharani individuals into trucking business.
Now keep in mind this, again, this is my significant other's Venus placement. Yep. I exist and now some car accidents happen. Say, by any chance, are you anywhere connected to the goddess Aries? Or, Discordia, the goddess of chaos and strife? Do you want me to shoot you, kid? What? I'm just asking an honest question. You think I'm connected to Discordia, huh? Just because I exist, car accidents just magically happen around me? No. But his Venus placement is this. So essentially, everything that's being said pertains to his spouse figure. Oh, and by the way, trucking business. Yes, I worked in one. Probably thinking, then what then? You don't look like you'd be the type to be a trucker or you would do trucking at all. Well, surprise, guess what? I used to work for Love's Travel Stop. And part of my job was actually to clean the showers and provide conveniency. What's conveniency? Venus. Venus burning. Barney's the male elephant. Trucking business of conveniency for truckers. Boom. There's another one.
Is the most protective, fierce animal. Make sure they make a flat stick out of you. A Bharani person becomes extremely protective point. They will kill, they will fight, they will create a roar.
Yep. To best put it in the most nicest way, whenever my, significant other was in this situation and I was close by and he was going to get hurt, let's just say a friend of his actually told him, I don't know what happened to your guy, but when that guy was trying to shove you, yeah, your guy, it looked like he had the face of death on him. And I got out. But don't look at me. I mean, I wasn't the idiot trying to elbow and knock people over for whatever reason. Don't look at me. I wasn't the idiot. And also that, sick twat that tried to kidnap him. Oh, gut checked him. Oh, my finger slipped. Oh, well. Got it. Yeah. That sick twat that tried to kidnap him and take him to Ireland. Yeah, I kind of gut checked him and he kind of became like a beached walrus. Well, you probably should not be taking advantage of somebody and playing on their innocence. Even though I really wish I put his head in the doorway and just slammed that hotel door shut in his head. I really wish I should have done that. That would have taught him. But anyway, resume.
There's a strong connection with Barney and children.
Yep. Barney and children, yep.
Bird is crow. A crow, one of the most mythological things we know about crow. When a crow comes, it represents death.
Yep.
This bird, crow, again represents that Barney's connection with the other side. Because crow represents, he's the messenger of the ancestors. A Barney person, because of this bird, a Barney person becomes very loud about their message.
Very loud about their message. Well, Don't I sound like a crow right now with the voice tone of mine? Caw! Caw! Loud and obnoxious, but hey, at least it's not like this one. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Hey, piss it.
When they have something to say, they will be the loudest and they'll have this one, they'll have a very high pitch.
Yeah, I just proved that.
With their voice. A Bharani person will definitely have, their mother will try to run away from their father. They will always have constant fight with the father. They will go to the mother's home to see. Is that the father, a Bharani native will get a father with a lot of heat. father is angry. There's a lot of heat in the father. Father always goes after the mother.
Yep. Point being, my father was not the most well, if that makes sense. And he did some things that probably should not have been done towards my mother. And my mother always ran away from him and always put me in a safer space and put my well-being first above her own. So, yep, that's true. Resume.
They will either feel like that they were adopted, or they may actually get a stepmother in their life.
Actually, I'm adopted by my grandparents.
Because also remember the caste. Bharani person is an outcast. They will feel outcast from everything, from their own family.
Yep.
A Bharani person has quite a bit of instances where they have near-death experience.
Mm-hmm. Done to suicide survivor. Play, you bloody thing.
Where a Bharani person has near-death experience where they go on to the other side. And from that near-death experience, they become fascinated with the world of the Pitris, ancestors. That's where he resides. It's not hell.
And look, there's the omen. Hell. Yeah, there's the omen.
See, again, people think Yama is hell. No, it's the person who just comes and takes you to the Pitraloka of your ancestors. Okay, that's what it represents. And once a Bharani has a near-death experience, they get obsessed with death. They get obsessed with wanting to live life after death. They get obsessed with, going to graveyards and cemeteries. They're not afraid of those things. Always keeps accounts of what you said to them.
Yep. Keeping accounts of what's said to me. May I? Let's see here. Oh boy, you people are going to like this one. I have, let's see here. I have text messages from mine all the way back to 2017. Every conversation all the way back since 2017. I have it. That's correct. Yep. Next.
The individual loves guiding people towards doing the right thing so they don't get judged the wrong way.
Yeah, let me go back a little bit.
What you said to them. Bharani individual loves guiding people towards doing the right thing so they don't get judged the wrong way after death. Because in Rig Veda, Yama always yelled, Dharma, Dharma, Dharma. That was his mantra. Dharma, Dharma, Dharma. Which means following the rules and regulations. They have rules, regulations, policies in their own life. Like they have these strict rules and laws that they make.
Well, sticking to something, even though I would rather not do it, but that's strict. Mm-hmm.
And because Yama represents life after death, it was the first mortal to go. And this is why you will see Bharani gets connected to cultures which are heavy on ancestors, heavy on going to the other side. Things like Egyptian culture, Egyptian pyramids and jewelry. And they will also love Machu Picchu, the Aztecs, the Mayans, and of course the Hindu culture. They also love shamanism. Because a shaman is the one that invokes the spirit of the ancestors and is able to, create some sort of a potent or help the villagers or, things of that nature. And Bharani native is very much devoted to God. For them, devotion to God or devotion to some spiritual path is a must. When they do not have it, they feel empty. They feel
Well, I used to do mixed martial arts, and actually, I did a week long camp down at the dojo I was at. It was actually also called the samurai, no, like the samurai camp. So actually, we actually learned how to use a shinai and actually a wakasashi blade.
Samurai felt that they were defeated, they will take their own life with a samurai sword. A burly individual usually loves to become a night owl. They become.
And wait, go back. Night owl?
A burly individual usually loves to become a night owl.
Night owl. Well, yep. I'm nocturnal. Night owl. Wait a minute. Owl? Oh, hi, Lilith. Nice to see you've come in again. I know, it's quite the hoot.
They've become very deep into human rights activism. So what
Human rights activism. Well, that's a given.
happens with burning people? They always get infections in legs, rashes in legs, pain in leg, broken leg in their leg.
This leg, I broke the heel. I had a calcaneus fracture, and I had my Achilles tendon pretty much avulged from the bone. Next.
Bernie deals with Bernie people. As a young child, they may see some things that nobody else can see.
Mm-hmm.
And Bernie person most definitely. And Venus ruled Nakshatra and Ketu ruled Nakshatra. Both will deal with sleep paralysis, out-of-body experiences, lucid dreams. They will deal with that.
Correct. Yep. Everything that was said. Guess what? 100% me. And that's his Venus placement. So all the qualities of his spouse figure or significant other have that. Dot, 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 dot. I mean, that's everything that was spoken of is correct. Everything. And that's why it just, for me, it just makes me just want to be all. Especially with that one, it's like, it's what you have, dude. And this is just what it is. Nope, I'm not making this up. And besides, you have this placement. And when you have a planet like Venus being spouse figure, being infused with all that, that's it. Deal with it. Stick it. But don't question it. Don't question it. Trust me. I learned that a long time ago. Don't question it. Because what's more of a, oh, really? What's more of that is the moment when it clicks. The moment it clicks. I already know. At least for my end, it's going to be all, oh, I was right this whole time? Gee. Like I said before, I don't like just having random noise come out of my mouth for no reason. Love you to death, but trust me, I don't like the sound of my own voice. I hate it. I despise it. So I don't just say stuff randomly and heck for nothing. I was saying it because I was right. And now that you have the, oh, he was right. Sometimes it's just the whole idea of just thinking. That's the thing sometimes where I do have to genuinely ask people sometimes. If you know that, somebody is actually trying to tell you, hey, this is what's going on. It's not a coincidence. Listen. But then they don't listen. All of a sudden, the bad thing happens or whatever happens and confirms what the person just said. And then that person comes to that person saying, you were right. And then the person just feels all, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you, hon. I told you so. He didn't listen. Oops. I think that's also another thing that sometimes mankind has to. Sorry, just one little. I think that sometimes mankind has to kind of actually learn that sometimes people, when they try to give you information, even if you don't want to listen to it, you still should listen to it and take it in and examine it instead of be all, what? Yeah, sure, whatever. No. Because a good majority of the time, I can even guarantee you, what that person's saying may be something that you need to hear or something that you have been ignoring and you gotta just take it in. Because take it from me, I'd rather not keep having my voice just be going randomly off and off and off saying, hey, twathead, listen, this is what it is. Deal with it, take it, and put up with it. You don't like it? Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like either, but deal with it. Or even my personal favorite. But I don't want to listen to this, and I don't want to have it. Well, there's a lot of things I don't want either and didn't want to go through either. Trust me. There's a whole dean's list of that, but I mean, I still did. So, yeah. But that's kind of like the level that you can get to when. But again, if you're going to be learning Jyotish and astrology, be prepared because sometimes something like that might happen where it's just like, oh, I was right the whole time. I shouldn't have questioned myself. Happens way too much. At least for me. Way too much. And even to this day, it still happens. Oh, what the heck? Fine, I'll play one last one. Just one last one. Because let's finish this off on a funny note. Oh, boy. And again, this also just goes with my. Oh boy, here we go. This is my Navamsha chart again. But this is my Mars. Speed marker, okay. Action.
Their Mars is that marriage happens with delay, unless, of course, there's a benefic impact upon the seventh house of or Mars.
Well, to put it this way, where my Mars is placed in my Navamsha chart is the 11th house in Pisces. But now here comes this. He has exalted Venus with him. And she's the Atmakarga twice. And it's also the Lugna Lord. Oh boy. Yeah, Mars, I think you lost. So yeah, Mars has a potent benefic aspect on him.
Okay. The other thing we also see, because Mars rules the 7th house of spouse, as well as 12th house of foreign lands, foreign places, you will see through marriage, first of all, spouse's arrival in your life starts helping you fulfill your desires.
Now keep in mind, arrival. It doesn't have to mean specifically the marriage happening. The minute I met mine back in 2010 on February 7th, 8:49 p.m. The minute that the first message was sent, hello, yeah, big shift.
Especially, you are suddenly gonna desire to put your own effort into doing things, effort into making money.
An effort into doing things, yep, because I have something being an inspirational.
Why is that? Because of the fact you got under the Padha of the 7th Lord with Mars in the 11th ends in the 3rd house. Self-efforts, including even what has to show courage when getting married.
Okay, let me make this loud for the people in the back to hear. Stick it.
Why? Because most likely you will choose somebody that other people will either be against or will not be so fond of.
Oh boy. Yep. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I'm over here just like, oh, don't like my choice? Sorry. Oh, we don't like his choice. Oh God, we're gonna die. Sucks to be you then. I'm trying to play violin, but I don't have, strings to pull. I don't have G strings to pull, so this is the best you got.
Okay. Spouse is in their own world.
Yep.
What do I mean by this? Spouse will have many kind of, see, Mars is also desire, because our biggest desire is to desire to live. So this is why Mars naturally represents the desire, because, hey, I'm born. My soul is now able to pay the karma off. But with Mars in the 11th, in Pisces, spouse will have many things they want to accomplish, many things they do, but that pathway is not clear to them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm lost. Yep. That exactly. I mean, it's just true. It's like, don't get well. That's not my issue. Or you're gonna have a big history like, oh God, he can't tell that. It's not what we want. So where's the problem? Where's the big issue then? Oh, it's not what you want, and now you're making a big hissy fit out of it? Oh, stop acting like a child. Come on now. Besides, hey, I didn't have any opportunity to, put my 2 cents in for your, spouse figure or husband figure, or wife, whomever. I didn't get to put my 2 cents in. I didn't even exist. So, what makes you think you have the right to do it for me or do it to mine? I never could have done it. So what makes you think you can? Wait, you can't. Oops. Hello, Vala.
The pathway becomes unclear. So you will see that the spouse will feel, you will feel like, what do you want out of life?
Yep, that's correct too. I feel towards him is like, babe, yo, oh, what? What's the big deal, hon? You look lost. No, I'm cool. Uh, babe, babe, yo, huh? Oh, hi, hon. Brent, what's up, Brent? I've been trying to ask you, what do you want for dinner? Do you want takeout again or what? Yeah, that's cool. You want takeout or not? Yeah, it's cool. Well, what do you want? I don't know.
They'll feel that type of confusion. Also, spouse will love spending your money.
Oh boy, that's a big one.
Yet spouse will also contribute. Their arrival in your life will also actually help gain money, but also conflicts with your family.
Yep.
Conflicts with the family will be there.
Yep. Big time.
Spouse will also bring about situation where you have to deal with competition, where you have to deal with rivalry, work rivalry.
Competition in the workplace, yep, because you have to compete in order to provide more money and all that. But competition against others, meaning that, oh, somebody trying to take him? Oh, no, don't you even try. Trust me. You're trying to take it, you're going to wish you didn't. And I have a few examples. Just look at them and look what happened to them. Please don't. One is a convicted felon with how many felonies? Another one got burned with 99% third degree burns all across his body. Another one, I believe, has never been heard from again. Another one is homeless. Last time I checked, another one is not doing so hot. No, wait, that's the same one as the last one I just said. The one being homeless is wandering around with nothing. Yep, so it's just like, just don't. Please don't. Go find your karma elsewhere. I'm trying to do mine. Stop messing mine up. Meanwhile,
this is something that will actually help you fulfill your desires. And usually, even if, let's say, you get married early, after 28th year, spouse really becomes fond of either Krishna or Christ.
and yep, there's another check mark. Even though I don't know what he believes now, and really, I could not really doesn't really matter to me because he can believe whatever he wants to believe. But yes, there was a moment where he was in the whole law of Jesus thing and whatever, and I mean, I'm just like, okay, whatever works for you, but don't call me a devil worshiper because that's no. Because when you're calling somebody that, usually you're trying to use it as a derogatory way. And no. But anyway. Yes, that's another thing that was all correct too. So in essence, the big lesson today, the extra tie into this. Is astrology accurate? Yeah, you better nod your head and say, mm-hmm. And what is the number one thing you should never do with it? Question it. Because if you do, you'll probably end up having it come up to you and be like, so is this how your life is? Is this how this happened? Are you like this? Is this how this relationship was that? It was good. Don't question it. Because that's the experience and experiences that I've had and may continue to get later on down the line. Don't look at me. It's just what happened. But anyway, not for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm probably going to end this here. Go wash myself because I'm all sticky and gooey and whatever. And I think next live, I think I'll start doing like my readings and whatnot again, like with the tarot and all that. But anyway, I'm going to take my leave. So, poodaloo, everybody.